Did you know that there are currently 3 gigafactories in the US, with Nevada being the largest? However, did you know that Tesla is also planning to build more gigafactories? The more factories, the more vehicles they can manufacture, and obviously more money for you. But where is this new gigafactory in Nuevo Leon? In this video, we'll learn why Tesla has chosen Mexico for this venture, which is not just any gigafactory, it's the largest one yet, surpassing even Giga Texas in size. Before we go any further though, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Although there have been murmurs, most people, including ardent Tesla supporters, were taken aback when the company formally announced that the Mexican state of Nuevo Leon would be the location of its next gigafactory. At first, we focused on Canada, Indonesia, and possibly even the UK, but we didn't realize how important Giga Mexico was. The main factor making Giga Mexico so crucial is that it will probably be the first Tesla factory to create their next-generation vehicle platform, which will give rise to Tesla's first economy car, also known as the Model 2 or 25,000 Tesla. Although the available rendering doesn't show a factory that is noticeably larger than the one in Austin, we know from 10 with prior endeavors in Germany and Texas that they use the surrounding land for auxiliary support infrastructure such as battery cell manufacturing. Elon Musk believes that this vehicle will outsell all other Tesla models combined, making it a crucial milestone for the company. This explains why Tesla has secured extensive land for the factory, covering a massive 4,200 acres, their largest. Footprint today. Power generating and drive unit production. According to information released by the governor of Nuevo Leon, Tesla has long stressed the goal of localizing their supply chain, and Giga Mexico is anticipated to house all required manufacturing facilities in one spot, removing the need for imports from far-off places like Nevada. We all remember the lightning-fast pace of Giga Shanghai, where production started within 8 months of groundbreaking in that instance. However, Tesla was replicating what they had already done in Fremont, albeit with improvements. They already had experience manufacturing the Model 3. This is why it will take longer than expected for Tesla to get the factory up and running. Tesla will start the factory from scratch, building a brand new production line. As announced during their investor day in March, Tesla is implementing a completely new manufacturing system with this next generation platform. This innovative approach and the launch of a new car model allow for the company to shift towards a highly automated and efficient production method that allows for the separate and simultaneous construction of the vehicle's front, back, and sides, which are then brought together for final assembly. Giga Mexico's development won't happen as quickly as it has with earlier Tesla models. Instead, the business prioritizes a careful and faultless production process in order to get it right the first time. Although the availability of inexpensive labor in China is the obvious reason why Mexico has emerged as a key location for Tesla's next big strategy as a business, there appears to be more to it than meets the eye. Although Tesla could have easily decided to continue expanding operations there, labor costs have never been a major concern for Tesla, as every Inspire company has been able to turn a profit in Berlin, Germany. Tesla's emphasis on automating and optimizing its production process, which raises output volumes per unit of labor and consequently lowers the cost of human labor, was highlighted in the company's recent Investor Day presentation. Increasing productivity increases market share and lowers costs, which boosts profitability. Elon Musk has repeatedly underlined that the new platform would be constructed in half the time it takes to create a Model 3, and that the affordability of Tesla's new car comes from properly optimizing the vehicle for mass production rather than from taking shortcuts or lowering financing costs. Tesla is using LFP battery cells and structural packs with giga castings to remove rare earth metals from the drive unit. Redesigning the electronic system to run on a 48-volt architecture and drastically cutting down on the wire harnesses component count are just two of the many elements that make this new platform economically viable, dispelling the myth that cheap labor equates to a cheap car. The market that this factory plans to serve is also an interesting factor to take into account. According to a report by investing expert Dave Lee, who had the chance to speak with Tesla officials during Investor Day, Giga Mexico will not produce cars for the North American market. Instead, the factory's output will not be shipped northward, rather. It will primarily produce cars for the Mexican market, while also acting as a global export hub for South and Central America. Furthermore, it might be able to serve African markets, the New Zealand, Europe, and even Australia, although it would be simple to infer that the new car targets those who cannot afford a Model 3. This strategic approach is in line with Tesla's understanding of the consumer automobile market, which is driven by factors other than price. Since he has seen firsthand the sharp contrast between wide Canadian roads and the difficult driving conditions in Europe, Elon Musk has disclosed that the new platform will be smaller than the Model 3, which may not appeal to the typical American consumer who prefers larger vehicles. However, in many parts of the world, particularly where narrow roads leave little choice, compact cars are highly desirable. I can see why Tesla is eager to enter this market. They expect to sell millions of units of this new vehicle, but it might not be a huge success in North America. This is where Mexico's economic argument really shines. Did you know that Mexico has free trade agreements with 50 countries, while the US only has free trade agreements with 20? Mexico has extensive free trade agreements with South America, Japan, Israel, and the European Union. The economic rationale for entering Mexico is further strengthened by the fact that businesses like Tesla can now reach a large target market for their cars without having to pay import duties. Tesla is not the only company that has recognized Mexico as an appealing location for growth in recent years. Mexico has subtly become a new global center for manufacturing. If you look online, you'll find a lot of articles saying that Mexico will replace China, and it looks like they may be right. This trend started in 2016 when Donald Trump started a small trade war between the US and China. Things got worse when the coronavirus pandemic struck and Russia invaded Ukraine, adding to the already complicated situation. Many people believe that commerce with China will always be cheap, simple, and peaceful, but this isn't the case. Instead, we've seen the global supply chain collapse, forcing astute business leaders to look for alternatives. This led to the development of the nearshore movement, in which businesses aim to put their production plants as close to the consumer market as feasible. This strategy removes problems like busy ports, global shipping routes, and congested canals from the supply equation, and in many situations brings back conventional transportation techniques like trains. Nuevo Leon, the state in which Tesla is establishing its presence, is already a thriving manufacturing hub. The capital city of Monterrey, which is modeled after China, has world-class architecture, tall skyscrapers, an international airport, and the Monterrey Institute of Technology, which is regarded as one of the best universities in the world and is essentially the MIT of Mexico. Additionally, Chinese businesses have established manufacturing facilities at an industrial park next to the Tesla Gigafactory site in Nuevo Leon. 28 Chinese businesses have acquired land that is either now under development or actively operating. The US automaker Tesla is not the first to enter the Mexican market. Ford has been manufacturing the Machi, an electric vehicle in a plant close to Mexico City, which is far further south than Monterrey and less practical from a logistics standpoint. In a similar vein, GM has long produced trucks in Mexico and plans to start making electric cars at a renovated facility outside of Monterrey in 2024. Despite the controversy the US economy can gain from growing Mexico's manufacturing industry, while Tesla makes its cars and battery packs in Mexico, it processes its battery-grade lithium in Texas before sending it to different parts of the continent. In conclusion, the greater assembly of products in Mexico expands the market for American-made materials and components, and this marks a major shift in how Tesla functions as a global manufacturer, and the company's new operation in Mexico will be unlike anything we've seen from it previously. Stay tuned for further developments. Please remember to subscribe to Tesla Stock News if you appreciated our work, and if you love this video, please give it a giant thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.